So at the start of Power Plant with Team Rose, we have this auto-scroller section here, this elevator. Normally you're just supposed to wait till it gets to the top. There's not a whole lot you can do. However, with a series of pretty precise flight formation tricks, we are able to get up here and save about 10 seconds, just barely. This is pretty precise and difficult to do, but the catch is that you don't lose any time for going for it, because if you fail it, you just fall down and then wait for the elevator like normal. So there's no real risk for going for it. So in a weird way, it is kind of a beginner-friendly strat, and I thought I'd make a tutorial on it. So at the start here, the first thing you're going to want to do is belly flop into Cream and get that balloon for a flight level up. Then right away, what you want to do is you want to get big where this angle in the floor is right here. You want them to stand basically in the middle of this pole, like halfway between this pole and this texture on the floor. And as this green part of the pillar here starts going into the ground, that's my cue to do a belly flop in that spot like that. And then you're going to buffer a switch to Cream after the belly flop and start a flight. One thing you do want to be careful of, I see beginners kind of mess this up a little bit, is you want to make sure that you hold out the entire height of the bounce you get from the belly flop, because we're doing that belly flop to get a little bit of extra height. So instead of like belly flopping and starting the flight with Cream immediately, you want to make sure you hold it out and get like the max at like the peak of the bounce. That's when you want to start the flight. Afterwards, what you're going to do is you're going to get right underneath the first speed ring here. So like I would say like right here ish, you want to do a flight excel and thunder shoot at the same time through this speed ring. So that's going to be A and B at the same time at right around this height underneath the speed ring. And what's going to happen is you're going to flight excel and thunder shoot. And this game has a pretty interesting mechanic where if you're thunder shooting as you go through a speed ring, you're actually immediately actionable out of it, so you can start another flight afterwards. And you'll know you got this if the character's hands are in the air like this after the boost. That's how you know you're actionable. You want to hold this boost as long as you can, and then start the flight at the very peak of the boost. So I'm going to go through it at the very peak, like right here. This is where I want to start the flight by pressing A. My visual cue here is your height wants to be like right at the middle of this green part of the pillar. That's like your visual cue for if your height is good. So you start another one. You're going to do the same exact thing on the speed ring to the right here. You're just going to get underneath this one, press A and B at the same time, and do a second boost like that. Again, hold this boost out as much as you can, and at the very peak of the boost, you're going to start another flight. And all of this actually is just barely not enough height to make it up here. I think the devs actually intentionally made it so that you're not able to skip the elevator with just the speed rings alone. Luckily, we do have one more exploit we can do to get us the extra height we need, which is called a flight excel boost. So basically, on either like the frame before you run out of flight meter or on the frame you run out, you're going to press A and you're going to get a slight boost upwards that you wouldn't have normally. So it's like a 1 or 2 frame window that you have to do that. It's very precise. But if you do get it, Cream should fly up just a little bit and give you the extra height that you need. Also, I forgot to mention, you want to thunder shoot once you're up here, obviously, because it makes the length of your flight formation shorter to make it easier to get up here, and it kills the enemies up here, which you have to do anyway, so it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone there. But yeah, if you do get this timing, you should make it up here. Obviously, the timing part of it is tricky, but another thing you have to keep in mind as well is positioning, right? So I want to run out a flight meter close enough to the ledge that when I get the flight excel boost, I actually, it is going to be enough to get me up there, right? So I run out of flight right now, I get the boost, I'm close enough to it that I make it up there, and then I can continue on. And if you get all of that, you skip the elevator and save 10 seconds. If you miss it, you just fall down and wait for it like normal. So I'll play it back one more time. You can watch the inputs if you need help. Just like that. If you need any extra help, you can check out the Sonic Speedrunning Discord and go to the Heroes channel. I'll leave a link to that below. Or you can ask me a question at twitch.tv/freefallyyz. Hope this video helped.